So I'm going to try to go off script and talk about capitalism and art, but maybe more specifically, art and the attention economy, which might be different from capitalism, arguably. But to start out, I'm going to talk about capitalism kind of being a double-edged sword. Because it seems to me, from my experience looking at other artists and how they thrive or not, that a lot of people do thrive in this system where there is the profit motive and, they're driven by lots of attention and likes and faves and money. And they seem to just really do great in this environment. On the other hand, I've seen artists go from really amazing to not that great the moment they started a Patreon and kind of forced themselves to pump out piece after piece with just kind of no love or, time and effort. And it just seems like they're not really made for that, and it really shows, and their art really suffered. But that's just one really particular example, being Patreon. But I guess the idea applies to so many other things, like the industry. You gotta pump something out, every really frequently to keep people's attention, to keep the money coming in. And again, some people really thrive off of this, but I think I have to admit, in general, it seems like not the greatest thing for artists to feel pressured to just pump something out every so often. That's probably not ideal for the artist. It's definitely not ideal for me. But another thing I wanted to talk about is the difference between this attention economy / social media and capitalism itself. In my personal opinion, the social media attention economy is something of its own thing that would continue to exist if capitalism was not there. In fact, the attention economy probably would matter even more if in a world where capitalism was over and we lived in this anarcho-communist utopia, the attention economy would probably take center stage as far as people's focus and care, because you're getting rid of the prior motivation that everyone had. It was money. That was the main thing. Actually, scratch that. It's not even the main thing in this world. I mean, it may seem like it, but I don't believe that people are motivated primarily by survival as they are motivated by social acceptance. You don't have people committing suicide and getting super depressed because they can't survive. You get people doing that. You even get animals committing suicide based off of lack of social attention, social acceptance, community, etc., etc. So I can't even say that attention isn't as important as money in this world as it is right now, because that might not be true. But let's say we get rid of money as a motivator, and we get rid of the angst over survival. Then the attention economy becomes the main thing. And is this actually better for the artist? Or is it something that's gonna bring a lot of grief and a whole new level of hierarchy? I mean, take the hierarchy as it is right now, remove the excuse about money and marketing and all that, and now you have pure democracy, and you can't hide behind those excuses anymore that you could in a capitalist world. And now, with all this free time you have, and just facing the existential reality of life without those capitalist barriers. You get to self-actualize and see what you're really made of, and it'd be very interesting to see what would happen in those circumstances to the human soul. In my opinion, people are not going to actually be happier in this new world, especially if attention is the main currency. I guess you'd still have anarcho-communists fighting against the attention currency now when it used to be money. But how do you stop the attention economy? You know? That you can change the whole capitalist system, but you're not going to change things like popularity and talent and intelligence and basically people wanting to associate with people who are amazing and people who just stand out, and etc., etc. You know, the celebrity culture, maybe the like I guess my main point is that people are really motivated by wanting a purpose and to be valuable to the community. And the way that we measure that value as it currently is money, producing wealth, but also just how much attention you're getting and how many people are like, oh my gosh, your work is amazing, I love you, you inspired me so much, blah 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 blah. And that's just going to become so much more powerful and so much more relevant in a world beyond capitalism, in my opinion. And as far as my personal experience as someone with a disability who has a lot of free time and doesn't work very much and is an artist, it might be just as depressing, if not more depressing, especially if you're not getting any goddamn attention. But that's basically all I wanted to say, and thanks for listening. I'm going to shut up now.